How the fuck are ya, you odd-smelling queefs? Galactic Criminal here, and today we got ourselves that new one coming from the breathing process. Symphonic blackened deathcore, baby! Cause, you know, I really don't think I react to enough of that stuff on the channel. I was really impressed with their sort of returning debut with a new vocalist, and I'm hoping this new single continues the trend. Let's dig in. The breathing process. Shroud. 1, 2. Turn it up. Woo! Jesus fucking Christ, okay. Ooh. Ooh, buddy. I mean, I can't remember exactly what I said about the first, like, single I checked out of theirs. I think it was a couple months ago now. I liked it. I like this a lot more. I have thoughts. I gotta say, man, this band bringing much more of a black metal influence into their death metal, deathcore, at least for me, in like these first two tracks that I've heard from them, is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I've been loving, you know me, I've been loving the symphonic blackened deathcore. I just can't get enough of that vibe, dude. I mean, just the direction that deathcore is taking with those elements, just it improves it so incredibly well and makes such a full fucking sound, dude. And the fact that these guys are making it more black metal than deathcore is so cool to me, because I'm not exactly the hugest fan of like straight up like old school black metal bands. I've tried to get into it. There's a few bands that I'm into. It's not totally for me, but there are elements of it that I really like. And I like that, not like that because of the fact that, words, man. I like that a lot of deathcore bands and death metal bands are taking influence from that genre and mixing it with the symphonic. You know, it's so cool. It's such a great sound, man. But I feel like this is like almost like a 50-50 for me. At least for this song, it was like just really heavy with the black metal vibes, the blast beat, how the vocals kind of like were like level with the music, which I kind of wish they were pulled out forward in the mix, because I really like vocals and I like to hear them in my deathcore kind of like sometimes flood over the music. Not always, but sometimes. And I feel like with this band in the first couple of singles here, it's kind of like matched the tone, like black metal style, which I guess it's fine for the style, especially for a song like this one was. Very heavy in the deathcore as well, but there's like the melodic death metal kind of feel to this as well, in like the solo and some of the slower rhythms, which there weren't a lot in here. It was mostly like crazy blast beat and some taka, which I love, I absolutely approve of. Man, I don't know that this is, I was kind of thinking maybe this could be a track of the year contender. I wasn't quite sure. It's just the crazy blast beat stuff. I'm loving it, but I'm like, man, this needs to change. We need some change-ups here, and kind of when I'm thinking of that, or at least like a few seconds later anyway, they kind of have some cool breakdown moments that were just like, they weren't necessarily breakdowns, it was like a pause moment, and then just kind of flooding back in. It was like a void opening up, and then there's everything filling back in really quickly. It's a very cool way to have a sort of like breakdown vibe to it, with the drums just swelling in those moments, kind of just like building back up to the blast beat, man. Relentless with the drums in this. I love that shit. I love it. I couldn't help but move the solo, like I said, like sounded like a melodic death metal style of solo. Slapped right in the middle of this symphonic deathcore fucking track. So good, man. So good. And I didn't realize, maybe I just didn't notice in the first video, but at least in this one, they have somebody actually playing the symphonic element on the keyboard. Now, is this like a session musician that came in to help write with you guys, and you put him in the video because that music is there, might as well have him playing the keyboard? Is this actually a guy who's a part of the band, and I just didn't notice him in the first video? I mean, I think that's really cool, because a lot of these symphonic blackened deathcore style bands, when they go to play live, it's usually like some sort of backing track. Like, yes, they've had like written and maybe had like somebody come in and play, or like produce or whatever, and so they would just play that behind while they're playing the deathcore, what have you. But I've always kind of wondered, are there any bands actually out there, like this symphonic deathcore bands that use a keyboard? I know there's some other like old school symphonic deathcore bands. I think Bodum had keyboardists on stage as well. I don't know, I've never seen them live. I think it was, I can't remember. But I mean, like the new school guys right now, because I haven't really seen any of the videos where they have an actual keyboardist playing in it. Most of them that I've spoken to have said it's a backing track. So that's very interesting to me to see that. I love how this thing started off. These guys vibing so hard, just like I was feeling. Can't really fling my beard like they can fling their hair, but the vibe that they were putting out, I was taking in. I was taking in, absolutely. I kind of almost wish this thing didn't end. I really love this. I'm excited to hear some more from this band, this genre. is incredible to me. What did you guys think of this shit? Do you agree with me? Let me know in the comments below. Of course, there'll be a link in the description for this video so you can watch it for yourself, full screen, full audio, and get the full experience. And as always, have yourself a fantastic evening.